And this is Beyond the Tracks podcast. What's going on? It's your man, DJ Big Mike.
Big Dooley in this thing, man.
And it's your boy, Lord, the Angry Artist. Did you fix the camera?
And this is Beyond the Tracks podcast, your podcaster's favorite podcast. Back again. What's going on, fellas?
What up, though?
What up, though, man?
Shit.
How you living?
I'm living good. I'm loving that hoodie, though. I need that. I need one of them.
Say less. I got you.
All right.
Yep. At shophuskylife.com.
That Carhartt, I don't know if I really care about that, but
Guess what? Did I even ask?
no, not at all. Not
Okay,
at
just
all.
checking.
Man,
Not at all.
So
Camera's
abusive.
checked. Camera's good. Everything's gravy, baby.
so abusive.
Well, you gotta realize, it's like 40 years going on right here.
I understand.
Listen, if anybody can fuck with Lloyd, I can fuck with Lloyd.
Facts.
All right.
Even though sometimes
All right.
I fuck with Lloyd, and Lloyd will get in his feelings, but he'll be back tomorrow.
He'll be back tomorrow.
And
What's
then-
going on?
Yeah, that's what we do.
Man, let's talk about, we discussed we was going to talk about fear and how fear can crush dreams
Ooh,
If you allow it.
if you allow it.
if you allow it.
So, and what I mean by that is when you have the fear is nothing more than the unknown. And a lot of times, you know, like we was discussing, fear will stop you in your tracks before you even get to that point. I talk about self-sabotage all the time. I talk about, you know, getting to 7, 8, and then you do something to sabotage yourself and then you drop back down to 4 or 5 because that's your comfort zone. Because see, at 4 or 5, you ain't really fearing nothing. You get to like 9, now you like, oh shit, what happens when I get to 10? You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't know what's over that hump.
Right.
So I'm cool right here. I know what's going on.
Right.
So what you feel about that, Lloyd? I know you have a whole different perspective because you had fear, but then you just took fear and said, fuck it.
Yeah, I'll say this. My whole life, I was afraid of people not liking me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still don't like you, but
But
you don't care.
Not at all.
Not at all. But I wouldn't do certain things and step outside of my normal because I would step on somebody's toes or hurt somebody's feelings. I didn't even stand up for myself most of the time because I didn't want that confrontation.
Okay.
I really didn't. But now,
You the angry artist.
I hate to say it, the bear been poked too many times. And once you get past that initial fear of walking in who you're supposed to be, the heavens crack.
Okay.
Okay.
You just got deep. I
Because-
wasn't expecting you to
Right.
get that deep.
Because I lived in fear so long in my life.
Okay.
Everybody tell me what I'm supposed to do, and they put me up on this pedestal my whole life. And you know they have. That I'm the smart guy. I can do all this talent. I got all this talent. But I didn't want to do it because they wanted me to.
Yeah.
I can
You also
dig
the
that.
oldest. I feel like the oldest.
I can dig that.
But not even that. My cousins, Dwight and my Uncle Mint, everybody else put me here because they saw something that they wanted me to do.
They seen your potential.
No. They saw what they wanted me to do,
Oh, okay.
but not asking what I wanted to do.
Okay.
You know, they put me in a position to go do this, go do that. I don't want. Okay.
I can kind of feel that. 'Cause
Okay.
It's like,
Right.
I even went to graphic design school in high school, and I didn't want to do graphic design. I wanted to draw comics.
yeah.
Interesting.
My dad's a basketball coach.
Okay.
And so my dad was a basketball coach. He also played baseball in high school. He also ran track in high school. And he has records and all that stuff. And so it was, for me,
You
it
were supposed to be an athlete.
I was definitely supposed to be an athlete. But because of my upbringing and how I was brought up, I wanted, it sounds crazy, but anything that my dad wasn't involved in, that's what I wanted to do. Because I remember when I started playing tennis, he was like, man, that's a girl sport.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
I started wrestling. Oh, that's just a bunch of dudes wrestling, rolling around in some tights. But that's because he didn't know it.
Right,
he couldn't
right.
coach me in it. And he couldn't come home from a meet and say, well, you should have did this and you should have did that.
Facts.
Because he didn't know it. You know what I mean? If I play basketball, he's picking out, If I played 3 minutes that game, he is picking out 7 minutes of shit that I did wrong. He's picking out shit that I did wrong on the bench.
I wasn't even in the game that long. Like that.
Picking those like this.
Right.
You missed that booger on the left.
You know, you were sitting.
You wasn't sitting on the bench, right?
You were sitting on the bench and you had your left leg tucked. You should have had your right leg tucked.
Look how you're holding your water
Why
bottle,
your
boy.
towel not on your head? Why your towel on your head?
Right.
Why you drinking no damn water? Why you drinking water?
So, but it was also one of those things where like you want to do something different,
Right.
but you also want to impress that person.
Oh, for sure.
Right. So
No
that
doubt.
that's where a lot of my fear for doing things is I want to impress people. I want people to like me. I want people to like what I do. I want, you know what I'm saying? And if I feel like I don't like it, then they're not going to like it. So I just stop. You know what I'm saying? What about you, dude?
I feel like I was born with depression and insecurity.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like I came out the womb with it, right? I got a long family history of it. Like my mom, my pops, like, right? So many of my aunts and uncles have all suffered with mental health issues, right? So I've been afraid of everything, right? I grew up fearful, right, of damn near everything. And it wasn't until I think maybe somewhere in my mid-20s, I heard a quote somewhere, right? Because for the longest, I really wanted to do stand-up comedy. But nobody really thought I was that funny, but me. But I wanted to do comedy, right?
Yes.
But nobody was telling me, you funny, you should do comedy, right? Maybe a couple cats in the break room, you know what I'm saying? But not really, right? How am I going to ever overcome this fear, right? I heard a quote somewhere in my mid-20s. I'd love to tell you where it was, but faith and fear is the same emotion, right? Because nothing has happened yet. So you can choose. At that point, you get to choose whether to have faith that things are going to go right or fear that things are going to go wrong. You have no clue which one is going to be yet. At that point, you actually do get to choose, right? If you can. Not everybody has that luxury. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's why I mentioned that if you're battling some more demons, you know what I'm saying? It's not always that easy, you know, to make that choice.
No, it's not.
But I hit a point where I started getting older. It was like, all I'm doing is wasting time, right? And I really want to do this. I really do feel like I want to do this. So it became, okay, let's have faith in myself and let some of the fear go. And then where's the fear come from? The fear came from social media. The fear came from the homies, right? Roasting me. The fear comes from my own family. You know what I'm saying? My own friends, right?
The lack of support.
Not believing in you, right?
Yeah.
Not thinking you funny enough. Oh, you got a couple good jokes, you know what I'm saying? But you ain't no comedian.
I ain't paying $3. I ain't paying $3 to come see
I'm
you.
paying
Right?
shit to come see
And
you.
you give me a ticket.
I ain't even left the house yet, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't even left the house yet, right? Don't go to a family reunion. Don't go to your cousin, right? It's even worse. Even around the homies, right? Fear is like so instilled in us, and there's so much around us that I see how it's easy to succumb to. I'll say that.
And I'll be honest, like for me, I mean, I wasn't really around people until my late 40s, early 50s that gave
Damn,
me.
Mike, how old are you?
I keep saying that every episode, motherfucker. I keep telling your ass how old I am 80, bro. I'm 85 years old. I look good for 85.
Yes, you do.
You got him at home.
You ain't kidding. My goodness.
But up until recently, like where people have just said, you know, to me, like, what are you afraid of? Just do it. Like Nike, just do it.
Just do
if
it.
it works out, great. If it doesn't, now you know that don't work. So you move on to something else. You know, I talk about it all the time. I got 50 business plans, 100 business plans sitting that I look at and I read sometimes and I go, yeah, they're already doing this shit now. I could have been a millionaire. I could have been 100,000 there.
Ain't that some shit?
You know, and it's like, shit, I had that idea 20 years ago. You know, but you
Sat on it.
You get to 7, you go, I probably ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be successful.
Yep.
But hey, you know, now I'm at that point where I'm like, fuck it. You know, I'm kind of like Lloyd. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. I'm just gonna do it. If it works, it works. It's not. I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna jeopardize my livelihood or my financial situation.
Facts.
You know, I'm always gonna eat shit. I'm big. shit, I'm always gonna eat. If it ain't nothing but some crackers and some cheese in the house, I'm gonna make the best crackers and cheese you'd have never ever seen, because I'm gonna throw some kind of seasoning on it.
You might even smoke that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's something too that Dooley touched on. I know we talk about it a lot, and we want to continue to press this and press as much as we can about just mental health, especially black men's mental health. Because like you said, your family grew up. We know now that our families grew up with a lot of mental health issues. A whole lot. But we didn't address them. It was
nobody talked about anything.
It was go to church. It was
ever.
Yeah. So I mean, we have to address it.
We gotta address that.
I would just want to tell people that I can say that there have been some counselors and some people in my life that have made a difference.
Oh, for sure.
And it was just from me opening up, not even saying, oh, I got, depression or whatever, but for some reason I'm feeling depressed. I don't know why. I mean, you don't have to have like this crazy psychiatrist telling you, yeah, you crazy.
Right.
Like my son say, you don't tell a crazy person you're crazy.
Right.
They'll figure it out.
Right. No, that's facts. That's facts.
But yeah, we do come from a lot of, especially in the black community, a lot of mental health issues that were just never addressed. So then they're kind of passed down from generation to generation to generation.
That part.
And the big thing I talk about a lot now is trauma. You know what I'm saying? Trauma. We grew up with some trauma that we just thought was normal.
We did.
You know what I'm saying? Especially as black men.
It was though.
In
a sense, in many cases, it became normal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it a whole different route.
Let's go.
A lot of us have these same traumas and everything else because we weren't allowed to talk about them because it showed weakness.
Okay.
And now, who can you open up to? You open up to your girlfriend, your lady, and she's all loving and attentive then. But that y'all get into you little soft ass motherfucker later.
Yeah.
For letting that go.
Yeah.
The boys, they ain't, just every days, they like, man, suck that shit up, bro. Smoke some weed on it. Let's drink on it.
Right.
Let's
get this drink.
They're not giving you a solution for it.
Yeah.
Right.
So it walks around and you continually deal with it because nobody wants to really deal with it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And when you're reaching out, and people are saying, ain't nothing wrong with you. Ain't nothing wrong with you.
Right.
Little weak punk.
Right.
That creates a whole nother set of issues.
For me, a lot of times too, it was like, I had a lot of family in the church. So it was like, just, come to church with me on, Sunday, and, let's talk to the pastor. And pastors, don't get me wrong, pastors are great and they can be a great person to speak with, but they're not licensed psychiatrists. They're not licensed psychologists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Me and a really, really good friend of mine got into it about that. I told her I was speaking to a psychologist. And I was doing once a week, whatever. And I told her, she goes, well, did you pray on it? I said, what's that going to do? She said, what do you mean? I said, I'm talking to somebody that's going to respond to me right then. I ain't got to decipher if that bird gave me the answer or my bill getting paid over here is the answer. This person in front of me, blood, flesh, will talk to me. I ain't got to decipher it.
Right.
How do you know that God didn't send that person to me to talk to?
Right.
That part. I say that all the time. Like, people say, well, I'm not taking no medication because, God will give me what I need. And I'm like, maybe he's giving you this person to prescribe this medication for
God
me.
is giving you Prozac.
Right.
So that's another form of fear mongering. Yeah. It absolutely is. Because they're believing in something that I get gives you hope and everything, but it's not fixing the problem.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Bro, and that's something I started saying about 10 years ago, even in my management style. People would come to me with issues. And that's all they came to me with, the issues, problem.
Yes.
And I just told them, listen, for every problem you bring me, just bring me one solution. Give me one solution that you think will fix that problem. It might be wrong, it might be right, we don't know. But bring me a solution that you think, and then we'll work on the solution.
Absolutely.
Not just discuss the problem. And to me, it's the same with mental health. Let's
Very
discuss solutions to make you feel better. We can talk about all day long why you feeling depressed, why you feeling down, why you feeling this.
Right.
But how can we get you not to feel that way?
Right.
What can we do? Let's start there. You know what I'm
I
saying?
love that. I love that. Let's turn the corner. You know what I mean? Yeah. We all talk about, fear of this or fear of that, but what we don't talk about is the solution. How do you overcome that fear, right? I mean, we can sit here and talk about what caused the fear and, what scares the hell out of us every day, but what is the solution? How do you literally overcome that fear? How do you not succumb to the fear? I'm open to that. For me personally, it was, I just hit a wall, right? Where if you don't do this, you're never going to do anything, right? And that's what eventually got me on that stage, right? I mean, God forbid, I don't know why I picked a profession that everyone in the world is better at than me. You know what I'm saying?
To a degree.
To a degree. But everyone thinks, right, they're funnier than you are, right? And I get that.
Even the people in the audience.
Even people
sure
in the
you
audience,
get them hecklers.
right? No doubt. I'm done fighting that fight. But that was keeping me from my purpose. That was keeping me from walking my walk. You know what I mean? And it just hit the point where, for me, it was more, I'm looking at more time behind me than I am in front of me. Mm. You know what I'm saying? I'm 46 now. I'm 46 years old. And
damn.
Fuck you, dog. And I had kids, I had my kids young. And I'm going to tell you, honestly, what really made me overcome my fear is that I spend more time with my kids as adults than I did with them as children.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. I had my son when I was 19. My daughter came when I was 23. So I've already been with them more as adults than as children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did not want them to see me not living out my dreams. I didn't want them to see me not pursuing my purpose. Mm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did not want them to look at me and see the fear, right? That I had never overcome it. You know what I'm saying? How can I look at my son, who is now 27 years old, and say, hey, you need to go out there and get it? And I never did. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I had a push.
I can definitely feel that.
I guess I had a push.
I felt that deeper,
Yeah, I felt that. You know what? My oldest son told me one time I was trying to give him some fatherly advice.
Okay.
And I'm deep. I'm deep into it. Mm-hmm. And he just looked at me. He said, well, if you want me to do A, B, and C, and it's so easy, how come you didn't do it?
Oh.
I said, well, damn. Because I broke it down.
Okay.
But it took me back because I had to think about it for a minute. And I finally said, well, because when you were born, I was 15 years old. Mm-hmm. So my goal in life was to make sure you was okay.
No doubt.
So I did what I had to do to make sure you was okay so that you could live your dream and your purpose. Mm-hmm. And when I said that, he was like, damn. Like he wasn't expecting that.
Okay.
But that's just me being older.
No doubt.
Because if he would have said that same thing to me when I was, say, 21, I would have smacked him in the mouth and kept it moving.
Off top. No explanation. No words.
Everybody's looking for the reason why not to be afraid. Why not to be afraid? Why not to be afraid? Mm-hmm. If you keep ignoring that why, it's going to hit you in the face eventually.
Yeah.
I can actually attest to that.
Smack on.
It's smack.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Look, it smacked the shit out of me. And this right here was a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Okay.
No, for sure.
Because it woke my ass up. And I have not looked back since.
Okay.
The day I lost his fingers, the day I lost my fucks.
Damn.
And that's the perfect figure right there.
Because I have no fucks to give now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I really don't. I fear nothing. I don't. I'm totally different.
Yeah. It changed your life.
Everything that I was fearful of doing.
Okay.
I'm doing. I'm literally going in saying, fuck it, I'm doing this. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do that. Because like you said, I got more time behind me than I do in front of me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a motherfucker, ain't it?
And it's very humbling.
It is.
Eye-opening.
It is.
And still
it
scary
is.
as fuck.
It
but
is.
You know what? I'm running towards that shit, though.
Yeah.
Because time ain't going to stop. Time's not going to stop. Time is undefeated.
Nope.
Yeah.
So as long as you stay scared, the more it wins.
Scared.
You know what's crazy, man, is I stopped having a lot of fear, honestly, when I started hanging out with people like younger than me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Next generation did seem to really have that, right? A sense of fearlessness.
It's like, I mean,
came with it.
And not all, because some young folks is a little touched.
Not all, for sure.
But like, I look at like my neighbors across the street. They're 30, 30 and 35.
Okay.
You know, that's usually probably somebody that I wouldn't normally hang out with. But I hang out with them and I hear their perspectives. I hear their dreams and goals at 30. And I think to myself, man, I used to think that same way. So now being the older person, I could say, do it.
No
Do
doubt.
it now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like
I tell
my
so many
one
people
neighbor
that.
across the street was talking about investments and things like that. And I was like, listen, don't worry about money. You're worried and fearing too much about money. Put some money away.
It
Because
will
you're going to
paralyze
be 50
you.
and you're going to be like, shit,
Yep.
now I only have 15 years to
Yep.
do A, B, and C. So do it now.
Start.
Or, yeah. And,
Just start.
And just, Jeff, talk about that brother all the time. If he would have been like, because everybody told him he was stupid for opening up a nutrition shop. Nobody's going to support that. Nobody.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what he wanted to do. That was his life. That was his goal. That was his purpose. Not only to open a business for nutrition, but to open a business that people will come in every day and he can have conversations with.
Oh, that's what's
You know
up.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
bigger. His business is bigger than the product.
He's
Because-
operating within his why.
Yes.
It's not about what he sells. It's about why he sells it.
Yes.
That's
that is perfect. That is
absolutely the name of the game.
And when I found that out, the way I found that out was I was like, man, I want to do a mobile nutrition, right? And I said, I want to do like, we'll call it Monroe Nutrition 2, but it'd be mobile.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, that sounds great. He said, but the whole purpose and the whole concept is for people to come in so that I can talk to them about not only life,
Right.
but about nutrition and about lifestyle changes. And he says,
Not
if
just
you
to
do it-
sell
he
them
said, if
something.
you do it mobile, they're just coming and getting a tea and they're leaving. And I was like, ooh, shit,
Deep
you're
as
right.
fuck.
You're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you go in there and get a tea or
You
a
get that
shake
from
or anything
anywhere,
else,
right?
you're going to talk to Jeff.
Absolutely.
He's going to talk to
Right.
you. And you know what? You're going to leave a better person than when you came in.
I think
That's
and I
why
think-
you go there
Exactly.
to buy your.
It is. No, it's
And
100%.
And I think 90% of the people go in to have a conversation with the employees versus, don't get me wrong, the products are great.
No
But
doubt.
90% of the people probably go in there to have a conversation. There are many, many times where I
course
hit
you do.
Jeff up and I'll be like, bro, you going to be in the shop? And he'll be
course
like,
you
I'll
do.
be in there about 2. Well, it's noon. I'm tired at noon, but I'm not going in until 2 because I know Jeff's going to be there. You feel me?
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
so-
I get it. I absolutely get it.
Yeah, that's not work for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's not work. That's walking in your lane.
When you walk,
That's definitely what I'm trying to do. Is walk in my lane. You know, for as hard as it is, you know, and all the things you go through to walk in your purpose and follow your dreams. You know what I mean? When you actually in that lane, it's so much greater than the fear. You look back at that fear, and it's like, oh my God, why did I ever let that right cripple me?
yes.
Paralyze me,
Yes.
immobilize me, right? And this was on the other side the whole time, waiting for me, and I almost never even got it.
Yep. I would have never experienced it.
Never experienced it.
It's the same thing for me with like, you know, Lloyd's got art, you got comedy, DJing is exactly the same thing.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, bro, like I was back in the day buying turntables for my 6-year-old, you know,
Okay.
because I knew he needed those turntables.
For sure.
Right, but I'm the one that's on him.
Essential
I'm
for
telling
his
him, bro,
life.
like sit down, like you can't.
You
ain't-
need this turntable, Junior.
Let me show you something on this.
I
one.
was a great DJ at home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I could mix, I could blend, I could scratch, I could
Yeah.
do all this. But then they were like, well, man, you should do a party. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't ready for that.
No, you backing down.
I'm
huh?
good. I'm
Okay,
good.
wasn't
You know,
feeling
I
it.
remember the first thing I ever DJ'd was a wedding, and I had no clue what to charge. It was my son's friend. And he was
Okay.
like, well, how much would you charge me? And I was like, $300. Is that cool? He was like, hell yeah. I'm like,
Okay.
cool.
Right.
I didn't even have all the damn equipment.
Mm-hmm.
I had 90% of it.
Yeah, for sure.
I had to go out and get extra shit because I'm like, damn, I ain't got no lights. I ain't got this. How am I going to do a wedding? I remember I borrowed a monitor from Lloyd.
That's what's
And
up.
I DJ'd
Hey, with his Mac Mini.
with my Mac Mini.
That's what you
and this
gotta
little
do.
ass control.
You gotta start.
Yeah.
did.
And now it's like, what if I would have never done that? I would never be a DJ.
And the next thing we did was go to Guitar Center and had a ball. We did.
Yeah.
We went and got everything you
And
needed.
I think so many people, right, find something, right, find an excuse as to reason why they can't do that thing, right? Oh, what's this stopping me? I don't have the money for that, or I don't have the right this. Or look, it's always going to be an excuse. It's always going to be an obstacle. It's always going to be something standing in your way. For me, I had to call the Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase 16 weeks in a row before I finally got on an open mic.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just, right? I mean, this was 12 years ago, right? You had to call on Wednesdays and then wait to see if you made the list for the following Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they drawing it out of the hat. Is they picking their people? I don't know. All I know is
They say, we ain't never heard of no damn Dooley.
Right? Call next Wednesday. So I had to, it was probably like 6 weeks, you know what I'm saying, before I finally got on there. But every week I was getting scared and scared. This ain't meant to be, right? This right, woo, 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 woo. Yeah. And still, every time my son came in the house, I'm picking up the phone, and I don't know. Thank God I had kids because I might not be shit. Right. I might have never did shit.
I think you'd have been all right.
Maybe. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't start until I was 35. I was 35 when I started. But I started.
And once you do it, no matter what age, don't you now, like you said, how
it's been 12 years now.
12 years. So do you look back in that 12 years and go, man, I am so happy. Like if I wouldn't have done this, I don't know where I would be. That's where I'm at.
So many amazing people. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we met you at a comedy show.
At a comedy show, right. Facts, right? Fans and other comics and, bar owners and business owners and you know what I mean? Just people from all walks of life who don't necessarily look like me or come from the same identical background, but we have the same goals and aspirations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
We have the same goals and aspirations, and that for me, looking back over the last 12 years, and it's like, I would have never had none of this had I not got over that. And whatever, I don't know where the hell that quote came from. I don't know who said it. I wish I knew. I don't know if we had social media 12 years ago. Right. But whoever said faith and fear is the same emotion changed my life.
Yeah, that's facts. That's a T-shirt.
It changed my life.
Well, you know what? I had a different problem. I wasn't scared to do what I'm doing. I allowed other things to get in the way.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I wasn't scared. I was never scared to draw and do shit. Never, ever.
No, I agree with that.
Never, ever. But I allowed life to overtake my joy.
How did you feel about people responding to your work? Were you afraid of how people were going to receive your work?
Never.
Okay.
Never, ever. And that's the honest to God truth. Never, ever. I remember being...
He was born angry. This nigga was literally born.
In ninth grade, I'm not supposed to get into Votech. My mom takes me to crack at Votech. I show him my portfolio. He told me, oh, you didn't draw this.
Wow.
Piece of paper.
Let me recreate this for you right in front of you.
He said, well, can you start in January? I'm not supposed to be here until next year.
Ain't that some shit?
Mr. Corbin.
Yeah.
Shout out
to Mr. Corbin.
My mentor now. And that right there alone, that's a memory unlocked. But I was never afraid of it. I allowed the good jobs.
I was gonna say
jobs.
And I was gonna say because that's part of my thing too, and I know it's part of Lloyd's thing it was like I have a great job. I make good money. I do like what I'm doing. So why push that to the side to do this? You feel what I'm saying? Yes. And then you get to the point where you go, I mean, I'll give you an example. 30 years of nursing. I love nursing, but I'm like,
you must.
Where the hell could I have been if I would have done this 20 years ago? You feel what I'm saying?
I do.
Because I didn't do it because I'm not going to take that time, energy, and effort because I got a great job. I can go get a job anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until honestly, till I moved to Monroe. I mean, I started working in Monroe where I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do this. I love taking care of people. Don't get me wrong. I love taking care of my people, my patients and my residents. They make me smile every day.
Okay.
But every time I'm there, I always say this is means to an end, and it's a motivator to get me to do something that I want to do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yep.
Because like you guys said, I think Dooley said it, you've said it multiple times before, Lloyd, when you go to work to do something you just love, it's not work.
It ain't work.
It's not work. It's not a job. It's just what you do.
all.
And if it makes you money, cool. It's like this podcast.
It's a bonus.
I love it. If it makes us money, cool. You know what I'm saying? If it don't, I'm still
I would still
do
be
it.
here with my
That's
bros.
funny.
As long as Lloyd keep paying half the rent.
But about the podcast, and look, with the podcast, Mike they were going through a change. I didn't care about the podcast. You know what I cared about? Hang out with this motherfucker.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do this shit. That's real talk. That's not in my wheelhouse.
Okay.
Guess what? I like doing this shit now.
Yeah, I bet you
I
do.
enjoy it.
Yeah, you're kind of good at it too, by the way.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
He like to run his mouth.
Well,
Yeah, and I've gotten to where I'll jump on. You see me online, just start. telling
yeah,
how
I see you
feel.
doing it. Yeah,
Telling how I feel.
Yeah, he would never do that.
No, I wouldn't.
3-4 years ago, he would have never done that.
I'm like, fuck you, dude. Tell how I feel.
Yeah.
That was bothering me. Get the fuck out of here. Give me a beer, pass me a shot.
That's what's
and
up,
I'll
though.
deal with it.
Yeah.
that's a beautiful thing.
And no, it wasn't the fear. It just wasn't who I was.
Okay.
I
It was, but maybe you just didn't know it yet.
No, and the thing was, I wasn't afraid of failing. I was afraid of not being who other people saw me as.
Damn.
Your authentic self.
I was scared to show who that was because I didn't know who he was.
Okay.
I didn't learn who Lloyd was until I started talking to somebody else that didn't know Lloyd.
Mm-hmm. You learn what you're not first, I feel like. In many regards.
Yes.
You learn
I
what
learned
you're not.
what I
right?
didn't
Before
like.
you
Yeah, like, that ain't
that's
me.
not for me. That's not
Try it
you learn
again.
a whole lot of what you're not.
That ain't it.
Until eventually
And
you
I
figure
really
out
think
some
hearing
shit.
my parents utter the words, they were glad I didn't listen to them. And I kept doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah, because they see the outcome now.
They understand.
They see the finished product.
Yeah, they're like,
feel me?
oh, I get it.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't afraid of that. I just didn't want to let nobody down.
Yeah, I can respect that. I had a little bit of that, right? My father's a preacher. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So growing up, obviously I grew up in church, right? And my job at church was to pray, right? Anytime it was time for anybody to pray, put that Dooley boy up there, right? Let him go pray. Put Reverend Dooley's son up there, let him go, right? So preacher's son, right? Since I was like 19 years old, everybody was telling me, "You gonna be a preacher.
I've heard that.
You the next preacher." Right? Like, right? You the next preacher. The old lady, you the next preacher.
You still preaching.
Right?
You just preaching comedy.
But I'm preaching to a different audience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
But I had to,
yes.
that was a fear, right? All those people who expected me to go into the ministry, you know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
you
right?
really understand what I was talking about.
I
my
do.
dad.
So I
Yeah.
feel that. So I felt that, right? Because people really expect, I'm like, I'm still a preacher, but my congregation is a little
Well, we
bit
always
different.
wanted to beat up the
and
preacher's
truth be
son,
told,
too.
it's not
PK wanted to
different.
get it.
It's the same congregation.
Yeah.
The same people who at my show on Saturday night come to
Church
be going to
on
church
Sunday
on Sunday morning. So, but I had to get over that fear that I'm not going to be a preacher. I'm not following in his footsteps, right? I still respect him. I still admire him, right? My first public speaking was in the church. That will always be my roots, right? That's truthfully what helped me overcome my fear. When I had something to look back to, right? It was, I did that summary at Sunday school just fine. You know what I'm saying? That's all I could go back to was my time speaking at the church.
Yeah, church could never be me.
No,
Because I think
But it wasn't me.
No,
bro,
it ain't.
It took me a
No,
long
no.
time to realize
listen,
that I wasn't him.
I got Brother Crocker.
Brother-
Brother Crocker.
I got kicked out of Brother Crocker's church and youth Sunday school.
Okay, Brother
I got-
Crocker.
bruh, I
Shame
got-
on you, Brother Crocker,
I
for
got
kicking
kicked
this good
out.
brother out.
No, Mike's bad.
You know what they said? It wasn't because I was acting bad. They say you need to ask you ask too many questions. You just have to have faith. And I
That's
said
what
I
I'm
can't have
here
faith
for.
on things I don't understand.
That's
and
what you
I was
there for,
little.
is to ask
Facts.
Bro, I
questions.
was like
Yeah.
8, 9 years old.
Facts.
You're supposed to have questions,
You're supposed to. If you don't have questions, you're blindly following somebody. You're stupid.
right?
I'll say it. You're
But I'm
stupid.
telling you, Second Baptist, I love my people over at Second
sure,
Baptist, but
for
I'm
sure.
telling you, that it was the same thing. Why you ask so many questions?
Mm-hmm.
oh, you mad because you can't explain them.
That
You know
part.
what I mean?
What
Don't be
boils down
mad.
to?
Just break
That
it down.
part.
Well, if you don't have faith, you just don't have faith. Well,
Come on
maybe if
now.
you explained it to me and broke it down for me, so
Now
where-
something wrong with me.
right.
You know? And that's the type of, even in the church.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't believe that everybody else does either. So, and you know I don't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I mean,
I believe, why are we praying for something that we were already given?
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm giving.
And don't get me
so
wrong.
think
Like,
about that.
yeah, I don't get me wrong. I think people. This is what I went to my cousin, who's a pastor, and I said I was telling her I was struggling. I just didn't know where to go, and she said, nobody can tell you what to believe, what to have faith in. We can only give you information, and at some point, something or someone will touch your life, and you may choose to follow the road of Christianity, or you may not.
Right.
She said, but either way it goes, it's up to you.
No doubt.
Nobody can force you.
Nope.
It doesn't matter if you pray 400,000 times a day or
Don't
you
matter,
don't pray
yeah.
at all. It's all up to you.
It's all up to you.
And it's something I told her because she was like, well, what do you think you believe? And I said, I don't really know what I believe. I said, the only thing I can tell you is I don't care what anybody believes. As long as if they believe in that and it makes them a better person for believing in that, then I'm cool with them.
Yep.
I don't care what it is. If you believe that the sky is purple, but because you believe the sky
Right.
is purple, it makes you a better person. I'm your friend.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying?
Purple rain. Jesus Christ. Purple rain.
Listen, we about to get out of here. We couldn't get out of here without Dooley singing something.
Oh my God.
I love it though.
Oh my God.
But we are about to get out of here. Dooley, hit me with a t-shirt quote. I don't even know what it might be, but I'm getting ready to do some damn t-shirts. We about to have some BTT merch in this bitch.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever mistake me from Fluffy. I am 110% Husky. Welcome
Boom.
to the Husky life, baby.
Boom, that's a t-shirt. Let's go. Lloyd, what say you, brother? Oh shit, he tensing up.
He angry. Why is he so angry? This is safe.
On some real shit.
True shit.
I want some real shit.
Some real shit.
Some real shit.
Don't let others run your life because they're still and not living their dreams. Live yours. 'Cause the hate's gonna come anyway because they're hating because they can't live what you're doing.
So the t-shirt is
Live
your
yours.
own dream.
Walk in your truth.
Walking your truth.
I like it. Dooley, you listening?
Yes,
All right.
absolutely.
We need some Husky Life merch coming soon. I'm just gonna say it real simple.
Say it.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be the angry DJ today.
Nope.
That title's fulfilled, sir.
That's get your own shit.
No.
That's trademark. Get your own
That's
shit.
trademark.
Patent it.
No, you the angry artist. I'm the angry DJ today.
But you're not angry.
No.
though.
Can't. That's too much angry. That's
You're
too
not
much
angry.
angry.
I got my Ice Cube.
Doesn't
hoodie
matter.
on.
Today's still a good day.
Ooh.
I'm done.
Oh shit. Well, I'm gonna give you a quick t-shirt quote, and I'm putting it on the t-shirt, and I'm gonna wear that shit the next podcast. Fuck fear.
Fuck fear.
I like it.
And we out. Peace.
Deuces.